I'm at the Orlando airport here, trying to find my car. I've been traveling all day. Got a crazy work day tomorrow. But I've been thinking about lacrosse. I hadn't picked up my stick in a day or two. And who was it that said that to Buddha that they didn't have 30 minutes to meditate? He says to them, then you meditate for an hour. So same thing goes for wall ball. I don't have time for it tonight, but I'm gonna go do it to clear my head. And there's two ways to wall ball. We can do it to just play catch with ourselves and relax, or we can do it in a way that stretches our skills and develops our game. So I'm gonna show you the latter. So I'm gonna do a Paul Rabel out snap and take you to my spot. Okay, so I'm at my favorite spot here at Eagle Creek Elementary School. This is like wall ball heaven because it's lit up. You can play here 24/7. Don't crowd my favorite spot though. I don't want to get kicked off of this place. And what's also great about this is, unlike most hard surfaces in Florida, which is stucco, which we damage with lacrosse balls, this is really flat concrete, which is perfect. The only bad part about this spot is you have this open parking lot behind me, and when you lose a ball, which you will if you're really trying to stretch yourself and do new things and work on your offhand, you got to chase it forever. So I don't like that. And I also have my buddy Storm Drain right behind me, and I've already fed him like 2 balls already. So when you're deliberately working on your game, you know, if we're going to talk about active wall ball versus just playing catch with yourself, which is fine too, but when you're deliberately working on your game and your stick skills and your offhand, you're going to stretch yourself and stuff's going to get past you. If balls aren't getting past you when you're playing wall ball, then you're not really stretching yourself and making yourself better. So if you're deliberately working on your game, bring some extra balls with you. I got 3 balls with me here, so I don't want to chase 1 ball all night long. And then secondly, always wear gloves, of course. That's a given. And then third, when we're playing wall ball, as opposed to just arbitrarily catching a rebound and throwing it against the wall, let's pick a spot for our passes when we're throwing against the wall. If I'm mimicking throwing farther away, by the way, I'm playing at the bottom of my stick for leverage, and I might be throwing a little bit higher, and I might be reaching a little bit with my elbows out further. If I'm going to change it up a little bit, which I want to do while I'm playing, or when I'm doing wall ball, I'm going to throw a little bit lower and tighter, and I'm just being soft right now because these are harder to see right now with this lamp in front of me. But if I'm playing tighter, I'm choking up on my stick, kind of a third, and third. I'm keeping my elbows tighter to me, like I'm playing underneath on the island, and I gotta be tight. So you want to change up where your elbows are and where you are on the shaft to kind of mimic real game play. And then the last thing is you're changing your position where your hips and your shoulders are. So in some cases, you'll be running this direction, but you're throwing against your body this way, and you got to open up. So my hips are over here. My shoulders got to turn to my right if I'm going right-handed, or I'm going the opposite way if I'm going left-handed. And then if I'm throwing across my body, then now, you know, my hips are going east, and I'm throwing north. And that's a little bit of a different pass. So not only are we changing our hand positioning on the shaft as we're doing this, and where our elbows are, if we're kind of reaching or stretching versus playing in and tight, we're also changing our hip direction as we're throwing, because we're not always just throwing squared up against the wall. So that's kind of deliberate wall ball. So I'm just going to kind of show you in a little bit fast motion here my, oh, there's a cop coming around the corner here. So I'll just show you in a little bit of what my routine looks like. And right now, my stretch is I'm working on my left hand behind the back. So I'm kind of working on how I mirror, you know, where my elbows are, where the weight is on my feet, where my hands are in relationship to my shoulders, and which hand's doing what work. So I'm kind of constantly kind of mimicking my right and my left to kind of get the feel of where I need to keep that weight.